I was just horny. Like all throughout high school, I was horny as fuck, and like I would be like watching porn and masturbating to it like every day. And then
What
one
did you
day,
watch? Did you end up watching girls or guys?
guys,
Guys.
yeah,
Okay.
always like straight porn. And then one day I was just like, I'm just gonna go and fuck a dude, and it just started fucking random dudes, like on Tinder, like dating sites.
Oh
Right. And
wow.
this must have felt very foreign and new.
Yeah, it was
So
fun.
that's how you lost your heterosexual virginity, is just a
Yeah,
guy on Tinder?
I was 18. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow. And how was it? Like, what was the first time like?
It was pretty uneventful,
I
honestly.
feel like it
Yeah.
usually is, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't until like long after that that I started having like fun and exciting straight sex.
Really?
Yeah.
Was there one guy in particular that kind of got
Yeah.
you loosened up a bit?
Yeah, and he like introduced me to like BDSM and that whole world, and also like
Mm.
swinger parties and swinger clubs.
Oh, wow. At
Yeah.
18, that's a lot of information.
Yeah, I was 20 when I
Okay.
started
Okay.
dating him. Yeah, so yeah, we just go to a lot of like BDSM like dungeons and stuff, and then swinger parties, and we'd like have random people from FetLife over.
Fet life.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a Facebook for,
Fetish life. Okay, I
yeah,
got it.
but
Yeah.
it's not like strictly BDSM. A lot of the people on there are just like sexual people that use it
Okay.
for, yeah.
But they use it to like what, talk to the other people, or they all just like,
Yeah,
get together?
yeah, they'll have like it's like Facebook, like they'll have like groups and like events posted and stuff.
For all the different fetishes?
Yeah, just like for fetishes and like for where you live, like Los Angeles, for example, will have like
Okay.
its own community on there, and they'll be like posting events and stuff.
Maybe I'll get on Fet life.
I'm thinking about it.
It's pretty hit or miss,
Really?
honestly. Yeah.
Wow. But so, okay, that's interesting. You really seem like you were drawn towards like somewhat deviant sexual stuff
Yeah,
from
since
early
I was
on.
young,
Because you're
yeah.
like super young and you're fully in the sex club scene and
Yeah.
stuff that probably sounds so foreign to a lot of the people
I've
watching
still
this.
never been to a BDSM dungeon. That sounds like
Sounds cool. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
so much fun.
They are?
Yeah. Everybody's like super respectful and chill. Like that's what's great about it. Like
So you didn't have bad experiences in that world? You just like got to open your mind sexually, or how was
the
it?
swinger clubs I did, like
Okay.
I would like be fucking on the floor and there's people watching. One time this dude came up and tried to stick his dick in my mouth and I like bit on it.
A random guy you never seen before.
Yeah, like I was getting fucked and I was in this thing. You know those things that like they like hold your neck and
The
your arms down?
guillotine?
Yeah.
They used to use it to kill people. Yeah.
Yeah. So he
Okay.
just like came up to me and started sticking his fingers in my mouth and I was like, the fuck, dude?
And you
Like,
can't even like stop him
no,
physically.
yeah.
And is that's got to be like very taboo in that world, right? Like you know,
Yeah, it should be.
all these people having sex out in the open. It's like
But,
that's
like-
a big old rule. You can't just walk up and
Yeah,
participate
consent is the golden rule.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
She bit his dick off. Wow.
No, his
Not
fingers, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Was he pissed? Like, was this the whole thing?
Yeah, he was just like, what the fuck, bitch? And like walked away. And I was like, fuck you. Like,
So when you would go to these kind of parties, though, would you end up sleeping with just the dude you came with, or would you end up getting it in with other people?
I'd end up getting in it with other people. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes like threesomes or sometimes he'd just be watching.
Wow.
We'd take people home.
I'm guessing this was
Interesting.
your gateway into porn.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So how did that happen?
So I was actually in school during that whole time. I was not a sex worker at all. I was in college, and I got a message from my agency, Motley Models, when I was 21. And I was like, no, there's no way I can do this. Like, I'm gonna go to school and be a doctor or whatever. So 3 years later, I ended up in like completely different life circumstances, and I realized that like I could go back to what I was doing and use that to actually make money and like build a career off of it. So I reached out to them, and here we are.
Do you have any reservations about it, or was it scary in any way, like being naked on
Yeah.
the internet?
It was really scary to like make that jump from civilian life to like going in front of a camera, getting naked and like having sex, knowing that everybody's gonna see it.
Right.
But when I called them, I had already like made up my mind that I was gonna do it. And,
But do
like,
you feel like doing the sex club thing was like good prep for being on set, since there's like
Yeah,
other people watching?
exactly, yeah, it was very like performative because there's a whole crowd watching you when
Yeah.
you're getting fucked. So I kind of became like an exhibitionist in a sense. Like I enjoyed the attention of like people watching me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, that's interesting because so many people, when I mention the porn thing, they're like, how do you do it with people looking at you? And I'm like, honestly, I don't think I've ever thought about the fact that there's people looking at me unless they like are saying something or whatever. And even then, I can kind of like just talk to them or put it out of my head for a minute. Like,
Yeah.
it's really not challenging to me in the way that I think a lot of people would have
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not natural for most people.
Right.
That's kind of what I've realized, like moving into this like entertainer space, like everything that we do is a skill. Even like sitting here and talking, like most people can't do this naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is weird because people sit around and talk all the time, but then when somehow a podcast is kind of different
Yeah.
because you have to actually make sense.
Yeah. Exactly.
A
Yeah.
lot of people can talk all day, but they don't really like it. It's not very coherent.
I
Yeah.
feel like it feels like a test for
Yeah.
people, you know?
A test where you have to make sense or
Yeah.
be interesting.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of like a high bar to hit sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your first day on set doing porn like? That was anything that blew your mind about it?
No.
Because you'd already been getting the shit fucked out of you in dungeons and stuff. So
Yeah.
What kind of scene was your first scene?
It was like a casting couch kind of scene.
Okay, so it was a boy girl.
Yeah, just boy girl. I was really nervous. Like
Mm.
I was so scared.
But did
Really?
it end up going well?
Yeah, it went super well. As soon as the camera turned on, I just like put myself in that space and got it done.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
what was it like fucking your first gigantic dick?
It was great, honestly.
Really?
Honestly, the dick on my first day wasn't like huge. Like I had bigger. But yeah.
And once you finally graduate up to the biggest ones, or how big have you gone, and like do you enjoy it, or is it a little too challenging?
I think I've done like 10 inches. It's probably the biggest so far. I love it.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Does it make it hard to go back to regular guys?
No.
Oh.
No, because it's not really about the dick size. It's about like your demeanor and like how you handle yourself more. Like that puts me more
Yeah.
into the space than like having a big dick.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, so have you experimented? Have you ever done a lot of other stuff in porn? Have you done the anals and the gangbangs and all this kind of stuff?
So I'm doing anal right now. I definitely plan to do like DP, gangbang, airtight, all that stuff.
Wow.
I want to go all the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So has your anal come out yet, or you just shot it?
Yeah. I've done a lot of anal. Probably about like 5 or 6 scenes now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Adam's
There's still
favorite question.
How
about the
different
anal.
is that than shooting vaginal from your perspective?
It's a lot different. It definitely feels like way more serious. There's a lot of work you have to do to prep.
Uh-huh.
Like it's
Yeah.
yeah. Even like outside of like enema, like I have to keep my diet super clean when I know I'm gonna do anal because it's like, you know, you have to clean yourself out. You can't be eating like burritos and shit.
Right.
This is why I can't do it.
That's actually my preferred kind of anal is burrito anal.
We did anal sporadically the other night, and it went very smoothly. And I was like, wow, thank you. Like, I cannot believe this happened. The times I've tried to prepare
Yeah.
are the times it's gone the
Because
worst.
you were eating normally throughout the day.
I know,
Yeah.
and then I over clean, and then it gets bad. But
Mm.
I was like, wow, this is so great. I just wanted to have anal, didn't have to clean out, and everything
Yeah.
went perfectly. And it's just
See,
nice.
that's always nice. It's like when you're showing up to set, you have to come like sparkling
Yeah.
clean. Like,
So
yeah.
when you're doing anal, do you have like a first position that you like to do it in, or does the director always choose the first position?
They normally ask, and I normally tell them doggy.
That's what you like to start in?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that feels like the most, I don't know, invasive in a way.
I feel like we got to do it on the side to get it started.
Yeah, I feel like spoon for me
I
feels
gotcha.
like
Yeah.
more relaxing.
It's just my favorite position, so
I
I
like it
always
too,
like
but I'm like-
default to doggy.
Wow.
No, doggy's great. Don't get me wrong, but I just
spoon,
feel
you're,
like
more relaxed.
there's something,
Yeah.
yeah, because when you're spooning, your whole body gets to be like limp. None of the muscles are activated, so I feel like that's the most at ease position to at least get it in, and then you
Yeah,
can kind
But
of.
even when you were putting it in, I felt like I was going to die. And then I
Yeah.
had to start like masturbating with my vibrator. And then I was like
Yeah.
smooth sailing from
She's
there.
a wimp though.
It takes me
I
like 10
am.
minutes to be able to be like, I'm enjoying this. Like,
10 minutes. Okay,
yeah,
well, I took-
sometimes. That was with the 10-inch dick. I was like, I need a little bit of time.
She could never imagine. Do you do a lot of anal in your personal life?
Kind of. Like, I more so played with toys. Like, it took me a while to actually get to a point where I could take a dick, and I was just like playing with butt plugs and dildos and stuff.
Mm,
Yeah.
interesting. Are you in a relationship or are you just dating around?
I'm single.
Okay. How often do you meet new dudes?
Not too often, especially now. I'm just like too busy with work.
The porn thing it makes dating kind of like not your priority, or how's that go?
Yeah, it's not really my priority right now. I'm just like more focused on working and like making friendships and stuff.
Mm,
Do
definitely.
you feel like you get enough sexual satisfaction from being on set that you don't like need to look for it elsewhere?
Yeah. I mean, I still like